Hi folks, this is Ted Nightingale from Cedar Valley Golf Pro at Cedar Valley Golf Club in Wichita Springs, here to offer you a couple of tips and tricks on how to enhance your golf swing this summer. And so I'll start off with the driver, the D-stick, the big dog, the number one, as you guys call it. And I know some of you young players, sort of just like to, grip it and rip it, sort of fuck it down the fairway. But that's, actually not how you drive the golf ball at all. It's actually it's a combination of both power and speed. It's not, you need both. You can't will the golf ball. You can't just will the golf. You think about, some of the more exceptional players in our game, of driving the golf ball. Probably Martha Johnstone, Beefeater Jackson comes to mind. And they have a combination of both, power and speed, as well as, mindfulness. You have to have a peace and a calm out here when you're playing golf, because you can't just will your life. There's rules to society. So today I'm going to show you how to drive the golf ball, but keep that mindfulness. But 4 parts of your body you want to be focusing on is your head and your chest and your hips and your feet. Those are the 4 big ones. So there's only 4, so I'll go over that and show you how to make that perfect golf swing. All right, so let's start off with the head. So the head is attached to the rest of your body, and the head is a crucial part of the golf swing. You want to be addressing the golf ball, and you don't want, it's very keep a still head for the rest of the body. Keep the head as still as possible. You don't want just rapid movement in either direction. You want to feel your vertebrae. You're counting your vertebrae in your chin, and you want to be facing. You'll end up this way, but first you want to be. I'll pick a spot, fern bush. I got my fern bush. I'm lined up with my fern bush, and I'm not doing. I'm sort of gradually turning and gradually moving back, and that's every part of the golf swing, and cheek to cheek. So head. Keep your head on a swivel out there, because a lot can happen on the golf course. So now we're going to talk about the chest, and the chest is an interesting part. People forget about the chest a lot. People forget that the chest is there, but the chest is a great source of power. You think about some of the bigger, men and women in your gym, and you've seen the chest. I mean, Beefeater Johnson, but that's a big source of power. Obviously, a big source of power, and you got to be able to rotate it. Too many, people don't swing like, people aren't just out there flailing. People are, Beefeater Johnson, but so, quiet head, chin, chest, feet, and the chest is over the toes. The chest is over your belt. You look at your belt buckle, and then if you look up just a little bit, you'll probably find your chest. And so you're gonna be rotating that chest, not too much, but keep it big. You don't have to puff it up like that. But my chest. I'm not saying my chest is as good. Beefeater Johnson. But so. You want to keep your chest locked in for the most part. I think is one of the biggest takeaways when you're swinging a golf club, is because we're out here, at least we're golfing, so it beats working. So now we'll talk about the hips, and the hips when you're gonna step up and address the golf ball, and the hips is the point I want to make on the hips is you don't want to. Where's my power? You can't. You want to fire the hips, but if you fire too early, if I'm addressing the golf ball and I just go, there's my power, and here comes the rest of my swing, and my power's already off down the 9th fairway. So you want to load up those hips. You want to load up those hips so you're ready to fire. So almost like you're on a string. Like there's a string and you could be pulled into the sky, like some sort of balloon. But you're in the golf course. You can't just be flying off. But so you want to really be lifting, and then be ready to fire. Just fire. Just firing. Firing. That's why we're out here, right? It's because fucking really rear back and just have one of those, where everything comes together, the entire thing. So just be ready to, really be, you gotta be ready for anything. We're at a golf course, the wife says, how long is it going to take? I say all day, you know. I mean, women like golf too. That's sexist if you don't, and I don't want any part of that. Okay, Beefeater Jackson. So now we'll talk about the feet and how we kind of bring it all together. You know, so I mean demonstration. So we get out of our golf cart. Hey guys, I just got a 4 on the last hole, fellas. So I guess I'm up first. That is, you know, one of the rules. That's a great thing about, you know, if you're scoring well, you get to go first. You know, you get the first on the tee. And we'll talk about the feet now. The feet are a crucial part because you know, people say there's no agility in golf anymore. But you know, Beefeater Jackson, you look at you got to take your calf into account, and you got to if you don't have 10 toes, it's probably going to be a little bit harder for most. But I know people like that are out there. But so we're addressing a golf ball, and we're thinking about a lot of things. We're thinking about our head and our chest and our hips and our knees. I didn't go over the knees, but you forget about your feet sometimes. So don't you gotta be on your toes. You gotta be. It's hard to put into words, but you gotta have those so that can all come together, which it will right now. All right, so address the golf ball, head, fern bush. My fern bush is there. My chest is here. I've belt buckle chest, and I'm going to lift off, not completely, because we're on the golf course. I don't want to go on a hot air balloon ride right now. So, and then feet, hit Beefeater, put it all together. All right, folks, here we go. Par 14, hole 1974 Masters Championship, Augusta National, Wichita Spring. All right, Ted, and I'm firing. All right, here we go. Nope. All right, and so if you see, folks, if you just put all those things together, you're probably gonna have a really good round. All right, that was Ted Nightingale. I can't wait to see you out here. I can't wait to see how y'all, are adjusting your games. And I'll see you next time.